Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Ross Reviews, where today we are in a 2018 Nissan Patrol Y62, and this is the one with the 5.6 liter petrol V8 up front, and these things were put down about 400 horsepower and about another 413 pound-foot of torque factory. And this particular one we are driving today, guys, does have a Harrop 2300 Supercharger fitted. So yeah, this one definitely got some grunt. So again, this is for sale. Huge thanks to Cargiant WA, and a link is in the description below if you do want to check this particular one out. Now, driving this car, look, this thing weighs 2.75 ton. Yeah, she's a big girl. Now, weirdly enough, there were no diesel Patrols here, so they did not option a diesel variant, and I think that kind of would have hurt the sales of this thing, because this 5.6 liter, she's thirsty, as you would imagine. You know, this thing weighing nearly 3 tons, and it's got a big old V8 up front, but you strap a supercharger to this thing, punch it. Mate, it gets up and moves, man. And this supercharger kit costs $12,000 just to buy it. And then you got to put it on, and then you got to tune this thing. So we're talking substantial coin here to add this performance package to this Patrol. So now with this kit fitted, according to the kit itself on their website, this is meant to give us a 25% horsepower gain and a 25% pound-foot of torque gain. So 400 horsepower from factory, we're talking over 500 horsepower now, and man, yeah, she moves for a big old girl. Now this is the TIL, which is the luxury variant, the top of the range for the Y62 Patrol here, and I gotta say, sitting in this thing, you know, it is pretty luxurious. This main competitor of this car really would have been something like the Land Cruiser 300 series, and it is pretty similar, I gotta say. You know, the biggest negative about this car really is the dated technology in the infotainment system. Yeah, it's similar to the Land Cruiser, though. You know, they really have kind of a blurry backup camera. You know, it does have 360 camera front and back. It gives you all the stuff, but quality-wise, you know, clarity-wise, it's pretty average for how much money these things cost. Brand new, this thing here in Australia would have set you back starting at $88,990. That is a huge amount of money. We're talking $90,000. And on the used market, chip shortages, COVID, you're still going to be paying $80,000 to $90,000, and you know, it's really insane. This is just a big old rock, and you know, brute force V8 supercharged up front. It's a simple recipe, guys, and I gotta love it, because whoever's buying this is definitely no tree hugger, because it's full of leather in here. You know, it's got wood grain, like, I don't know if it's real, but it's faux wood grain all around the place. It's got all the bells and whistles in terms of cameras. You know, you got the sunroof. Even the backseat passengers get their own screens, you know, to use. You can watch movies back there for the kids. It's just really handy on long road trips. Now this does have advanced independent wishbone suspension, coils front and back, so off-roaders really are rejoicing with this thing, because it is quite good. You know, you've got a host of four-wheel drive controls that you can use down here as well. You know, you got all the diff lockers. You can put it in like sand, snow, rock mode. It does have hill descent. All the goodies, all the fruits are in this thing, and as it should be for something that's nearly $100,000. And just taking this thing off-road here, look, it can just do whatever you want. And you know, this particular one does have some Hustler wheels put on it, and I believe the tire size here, they are 33s, and mate, it is a good looking rig. And you know, look, this is where that suspension, all the goodies come into their own here, because it is just it's really pleasant to take off-road. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I've taken a few 70 series through here as well, and they are just really throwing you around because they do have the leaf sprung rear end. Coils all around in this, it is really comfortable. Now, you even are able to move this gear selector over, and you can run the gears kind of yourself, which is nice to do. And mate, you know, with the tire setup on this, like, it really does just run over whatever you want. When you are on the road, it is a bit noisy. It's a bit rough. This thing actually, it kind of struggles, you know, when you're trying to do a U-turn as well in this. I think because the tires are just so big and this thing is just so heavy. But again, you know, when you get it off-road, which whoever's going to buy this thing, it's going to be used off-road quite a bit. It really does handle well. And, you know, you'd love to be just taking this thing down the beach, camping. It is a lot of fun. And look, I am no off-roader king or anything, but, you know, even just these minor trails here, we don't got to lock the diffs or anything. It's got all the fruit if you wanted to do that, but just cruising down here, you know, we can just run over whatever you want. You really can. Strap a bull bar to this thing and it'll go. And this is the beauty of a car like this, when you can have the whole family in it, reliably take them out bush, and just have a lot of fun with this thing. It's quality time. And I, for one, really do wish I had something like this. I got to admit it. And just flooring it down the trail, man. It lights them up. Yeah. This is wicked. Now, steering feel, it is pretty light. You know, you don't really get a whole lot of feedback, which is a little bit unfortunate, especially if you're doing, you know, some pretty hardcore off-roading. But, you know, on road, you know, it's nice and smooth when you're on the freeway and that. But, yeah, it's very light steering, which I guess is good in a way. This is a big, heavy car, so. Another really stupid thing that I've just noticed with this car, you can turn the cameras on while you're driving, but if you go over, must be 15 k's an hour, it turns your camera off. And, you know, that is kind of unfortunate, because when you're in a tighter situation on a trail like this, you just want to leave the camera on all the time, so you can kind of have a bit of a closer look down low of what this thing is doing. And the fact it just turns it off on you automatically straight away, that is a really annoying thing. And, like, this thing, it is just an absolute beast. Getting a bit tighter in here now, but it's good. And these bloody animals leaving their f***ing rubbish out here. I am absolutely disgusted, guys. Like, absolutely disgusted by whoever's doing this. It's just absolutely unacceptable behavior. And rather than bloody revenue raising with people going 10 k's over the limit, come out here and put those mother in jail, because they are absolutely ruining nature out here, and I cannot stand that. Now, 0 to 100, guys, we are just pulling up on this back road. I really got no idea what this thing is going to put down. I would really guess something like, I don't know, 8 seconds, 7 seconds on a really good day. Restart it. Go, go, go. Oh, mate, yeah. It is an animal. Definitely nothing like the Trackhawk, but yeah, it still gives it a lot of go. Wow, it is, yeah, addictive, that whine. Let's see what that time was. 0 to 100 was done in 6.59 seconds, and holy shit, that is really impressive. You know, considering this thing is nearly 3 tons, and we're just on a back road. Wow, first attempt, that is pretty damn impressive, I gotta admit it. Wow. Now I'm going to finish the video off here today, guys, so a huge thank you to Cargiant for loaning me out this particular Y62 Patrol that has been supercharged. This thing is a monster. I really did hope you guys enjoyed this video. So if you did, make sure you hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you're new here. And we'll see you on that next